Attention, Patriots Nation. The impossible is starting to feel real in Foxborough. His name is echoing through the halls of Gillette Stadium. Mike Vrabel has his eyes locked in, and if this happens, a new golden era could begin right now. Patriots Nation is about to erupt, and if you still believe the Pats have what it takes to reach the next Super Bowl, then smash that like button right now. I can feel that something huge is coming. Can you? If you believe too, drop it in the comments. Go Pats 25. We need to talk, because something's happening in New England. And it's not just another season. It's not just a schedule release. It feels different this time. It feels personal. The 2025 Patriots schedule is here. And if you take a good look at it, really break it down game by game, you start to see a team that's not just trying to rebuild. They're trying to send a message to the league, to the AFC East, and yes, to every single one of you who thought the dynasty was done for good. Let's start with the opening punch. Week 1, Raiders. But this isn't just another random AFC matchup. This is a reunion game wrapped in tension. Tom Brady, now a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, returns to the place where it all started. Imagine the energy in Foxborough if the Patriots unveiled a Tom Brady statue before kickoff, maybe even a tribute to the infamous Tuck Rule. You can almost hear the crowd erupting. Meanwhile, Josh McDaniels, another former Patriot, will be coaching from the other sideline. It's poetic, it's nostalgic, and most of all, it's a win for the Patriots. Not just on the scoreboard, but emotionally. Momentum begins at 1-0. Then comes the Miami game in week 2. And if you know your Patriots history, you know how this goes. Miami in September is never kind to New England. Scorching heat, blistering sidelines, 85 degrees on the home side, 105 on the visitors. It's practically warfare with the sun. Patriots usually crumble in that environment, and with the Dolphins having the early season heat advantage, that's likely a loss. 1-1. Week 3, Steelers. But the question isn't just about Pittsburgh. It's about Aaron Rodgers. Will he be under center for the Steelers by then? We don't know. But until he signs, and considering his track record of making things about himself, we're going to pencil this in as a win for New England. The Steelers lost George Pickens and their offense has regressed. The Patriots, on the other hand, are clearly trending up. That's 2 wins, 1 loss. Week 4 is at home against Carolina, and there's just not a lot of belief in Bryce Young right now. The quarterback's stature, barely taller than the average fan, has become a real talking point. At 5 feet 9 inches or so, Young struggles to see over NFL offensive lines, and the Patriots defense is going to make that a long day for him. Another win. Patriots move to 3-1. Week 5 is where things get serious. Buffalo, Josh Allen, in Orchard Park. Historically, this is not a game that ends well for New England. Buffalo has owned the Patriots in recent years at home, and while things may be improving in Foxborough, let's be real, that's probably a loss. 3-2. Week 6 is a trip to New Orleans, and while their quarterback situation is murky, Tyler Shaw, Spencer Rattler, the Patriots should bounce back in the Superdome. It was against the Saints that Mac Jones threw his career-defining pick 6, signaling the beginning of the end. Now, it's Drake May's team. It's redemption time. That's 4-2. Week 7, Titans. And this is where it starts to get juicy. Mike Vrabel returns to Nashville, and we've got ourselves a real duel of the young guns, Drake May versus Cam Ward. 2 of the most promising rookie quarterbacks. The Titans have made moves. They added players like Elathian Manure, Harold Landry is back, but the Patriots aren't backing down either. They've added Will Campbell, Morgan Moses, Kyle Williams, and yes, Stephon Diggs. This is going to be a high-scoring shootout. And you know what? I'm giving the edge to New England. 5-2. Week 8, Browns. And let's be honest, this is a quarterback mystery box. Shader Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco again? Regardless of who lines up under center, this is a very winnable game at home. 6-2. At this point, the Patriots are looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. And let's pause here, because if you're doing the math, the Patriots already have 6 wins through 8 games. That's just 1 short of their entire 2024 season. The jump is real, and it's no accident. You look at the moves they've made, the O-line additions like Campbell and Moses, the weapons for Drake May including Kyle Williams and Diggs, and Hunter Henry still being a red zone threat. This offense is ready to cook. The question is, can May hit 20 passing touchdowns this season? The betting line is 19.5. 2 TDs a game for just 10 games gets you there. That's not crazy. That's doable. And if he does it, New England is playoff bound. Week 9, Falcons. And this one could go either way. Michael Penix Jr., the Heisman runner-up, is now leading Atlanta. They were a borderline playoff team last year and are sneakily solid across the board. While it's a home game for the Pats, it's also a letdown spot. Let's chalk it up as a loss. 6-3. Week 10, Buccaneers. And Baker Mayfield is still that guy. He's still winning. He's still got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, who, by the way, turned down a major Patriots offer to stay in Tampa. That stings. The Bucs are loaded on both sides of the ball, especially defensively. Tough matchup on the road. That's another loss. 6-4. But Week 11 is a gift from the schedule makers. Thursday Night Football against the Jets. Say what you want about Justin Fields, but this Jets team still has no identity. Outside of Garrett Wilson, their receiving core is nothing special, and if you've got Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis locking down the edges, the Jets aren't moving the ball. Chalk it up. Win number 7. Week 12, Bengals in Cincinnati. It's Joe Burrow. It's Jamar Chase. It's T. Higgins. And while the defense in Cincinnati is shaky, we're talking Swiss cheese shaky, it's still a road game against an elite quarterback. This could be a 4-touchdown day for Drake Maye, but I'm going to play it safe and mark it as a loss. 7-5. Week 13, Giants. Monday Night Football. And this might be the first ever matchup between Drake Maye and Jackson Dart. The Giants' defensive front is terrifying. Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, but their offense, lacking. Outside of Malik Neighbors, there's not a true threat. You double Neighbors, bring help over the top with Gonzalez, and suddenly the Giants are stalled out. Win number 8. Week 14 is the bye, finally. But let's address the elephant in the room. Week 14? That's exhausting. 14 straight weeks of football. No break. And the Patriots have had late season byes almost every year since 2020. Something feels off here. Is the NFL screwing the Patriots with these late bye weeks? Let's be honest, the players are gassed by this point. It's too much. But there is one silver lining. The bye comes just before a huge game. Week 15, home against Buffalo. And this is the test. This is the one that will define the season. If New England is for real, they'll show it here. The spread? Patriots are plus 4.5 at home. They were plus 8.5 in Buffalo. Vegas sees this one as competitive. And if there's going to be an upset, it's going to be right here. This is the signature win potential. But even if they win it, Week 16 is Baltimore. Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. Let's not kid ourselves. The Ravens are one of the best teams in the NFL. That's a loss. Stay tuned for part 2, where we break down the final stretch, the playoff implications, and whether 10-7 is enough to punch New England's ticket to January football. But right now, I want to hear from you. What's your prediction for the season? Do you think Drake Maye hits the over on 19.5 touchdowns? Is this finally the year the Patriots make the leap? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because one thing's for sure, the conversation in Foxborough has changed. Week 17, and this is where it all might come together, or fall apart, because you're playing the Jets again, this time in the Meadowlands. And while we already broke down what makes the Jets such a flawed team earlier, let's make something crystal clear. There is no way the Patriots are dropping this one. Not with the playoffs on the line. Not with momentum swinging back in their direction after a brutal Ravens game. This is the moment where leadership matters, where coaching matters. And frankly, the Jets don't have it. 9-7. One game to go. Week 18. Patriots versus Dolphins. In Foxborough. And this is a revenge game in every sense.